smoking up there.
This guy is smoking.
Here we go. Good afternoon, friends.
I've just left Creed. We are 46 minutes away from our next RV park. We are heading from Creed, Colorado to Colorado Springs, so about three and a half hours. We stayed at Blue Creek between South Fork and Creed. I will leave a link to it below. We highly recommend, if you're gonna stay at any RV park in Creed, we highly recommend, look at that old camper.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Prowler.
Sorry, sidetracked. We absolutely love Blue Creek. It's very family friendly. They have really cool kids playground. You're right across the street from the Rio Grande, so you can pretty much walk across and fly fish all you want. It's not that far from town, maybe 15 minutes at the most. And yeah, you're not that far from other fishing places, or if you have a side-by-side, there's some trails not too far either. But yeah, I will leave a link below. The owners are so kind and very, very sweet. The people who stay there at Blue Creek are just as sweet as well. We've met a lot of people while we were there. We were there for a month and 2 days. Highly recommend it. We are actually only staying in Colorado Springs for a week. This is the first time ever in the little over 3 years that we've been doing this where we are only staying a week at an RV park. We usually stay a month just because of Chase's work, because his work's usually around 6 weeks average, sometimes more. And then we'll go to the next one. And then if we have vacation, we usually stay there for a month and then we'll go visit, family and stuff. But this time we're only going to be at an RV park for a week. Plus monthly rates are cheaper. You get better rates if you stay for a month. So this will be fun. And then next week will be a secret or a surprise. I had a hard time finding an RV park for after Colorado Springs because apparently Colorado, you get pretty booked up during July 4th, which I understand. Yeah, it was hard. I'm not saying it isn't impossible, but if you're wanting to stay super close to certain things, like certain national parks or whatever during the summertime, you probably do need to book in advance. We never book in advance just because of Chase's work, but that's just how it rolls. There were some places that I saw that were closer to the Rocky Mountain National Park. Say that 10 times fast. And those were going to be pretty expensive, and I just wasn't willing to spend that much. We looked outskirts, and then we found this one place where we'll be staying at next, and I'm really excited. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, smoking up there.
This guy is smoking. Oh no. Guy's got a blowout.
I don't wish that
on
on my worst enemy, on anybody.
I could still smell.
Yeah, it's gonna smell for a little bit.
Gosh.
Man.
So we carry what kind of jack do we carry?
We carry a 3.5 ton floor jack, overkill. It helps to have 2 people get it out of the truck, obviously. I do have some bottle jacks as well. I highly recommend carrying a couple of those as well. And then 4-way lug wrench. It's kind of a little bit of, kind of has an extension to kind of get some leverage if those lugs are on there kind of tight. Always a spare tire. Always a spare tire.
Well, the reason why you bought this floor jack is because a leaf spring
hanger. Leaf spring hanger had broken in half, and so we had to weld up a new one. So I needed something to help kind of get, kind of have a little more stability, and
yeah.
So I went and got that, and that's worked out great. We haven't had to use it. I mean,
that really stinks when stuff like that happens.
And then we also have a Viari
I'll leave a link.
Air compressor that's got I think it's like 50 feet long, the hose, so it works out fantastic. Yeah, I always check the tire pressure on single wheel axles, always max pressure. So these are Goodyear Endurance tires, which I highly recommend. I think they're the best. This says max for max load. Max pressure is 80 psi. That's what I run.
We also do not have TPMS system on our tires for our camper. We do have it for the truck because it's built in.
Yes.
But we do not have them for our back camper tires.
The TPMS, but I have not yet to install it.
Yeah.
So.
But we also have never, thankfully, we have been very blessed in the 3+ years, we have never had a blowout. You know, sometimes it's just going to happen, whether you check and you have it or not. Stuff can just happen, you know, no matter what. But I mean Chase, let's be honest, always checks the tire pressure before we leave, checks the lugs before we leave,
and the
grease.
And the grease.
Yeah, before we leave. Like today, you had to put a little bit more.
A little bit on one of them.
Well, that was not the excitement that we were wanting. Yeah, I wouldn't want that on anyone. We also zip tied our stairs. Chase zip tied the stairs. So if you watched whatever this video, the one of us traveling from Virginia to Colorado, you saw that towards the end our stairs folded out. So we zip tied those because our stairs are right in front of our tires. And if our stairs had completely folded down, it could have easily damaged the camper pretty good, because come off and then hit the tires and all that stuff. So we have zip tied, or Chase has zip tied the stairs together. All right, well, let's keep going on our journey. Day 2 of being here. Yesterday we went to Costco. Shocker. No, we did not spend as much as we did last time. If you have seen that video, then you know what I mean. Today we are going to, and we did like 5 loads of laundry yesterday. Today is adventure day. We're going to Garden of the Gods, and it's called 7 Waterfalls. So I'll make sure to put the description to everything that we do below. I was looking online, and I don't think we're gonna be able to film a lot in these places, or film at all in some of these places.
We're gonna have to go incognito.
No, we're not breaking.
No.
We're not breaking
We're gonna
rules.
respect.
We will respect the rules.
Yes, respect.
But yeah, so we're not gonna be able to film a whole lot. I know Garden of the Gods you can't film unless you have like a commercial permit, I think is what I read online. And I did not get one. So guess what? We aren't gonna film anything from Garden of the Gods. But we will give like a review and what we suggest and everything like that. So we're gonna do that first, because it does get hot in the middle of the day. And then we're gonna do the waterfalls. And guess what? Little man can come with us. So I'm really excited. If you haven't noticed by now, this little man goes with us just about everywhere.
He's our world.
So it's spoiled much. Look, he's already passed out. We haven't even been in the car that long. Look at him. I think this video might be themed around planning and how we don't plan. For instance, when we were coming up here from Creed, just got a phone call for work to fly out for 2 weeks, and the girl
couldn't go because my wife doesn't know how to pull the camper. You know, we're only going to be here in Colorado Springs for 1 week.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so about that. But that's okay. I think, well, one, this company, so Chase works for a bunch of different companies. He doesn't work for like one specific company. And this guy you've worked for, he's super kind,
yes.
Very kind, very understanding. So he understood the situation. He knows that we live in our camper full time as well.
If we were at a monthly place, then yeah, I would have went. Here it's only weekly at this RV park.
Yeah. The next video, do a review of the RV park we were at for a little bit. Any RV park that we stay at, we will give a review of it. I did not plan this RV park out like how maybe a couple weeks before we were supposed to come here, I think is when I booked this RV park.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't book ahead at all for anything. Like, this is honestly very, I guess, rare in a way for me to book out that much in advance, and it was only a couple weeks, because with Chase's work, it changes a lot, and I don't want to book something and then have to cancel, and then
eat the money.
Exactly. And in the past, if Chase said, hey, there's a possibility of going here, I would already start calling RV parks and stuff, and then Chase would come back and say, we're not going there. So I would waste my time. So now I don't waste my time, and I just wait until Chase says we're going somewhere, like for sure, set in stone. I'm still able to find RV parks, especially for work. And we don't stay at nice RV parks when it comes to work, whatever's close and whatever's cheap type thing. I think a lot of people, especially RVers, not all of them, a good chunk of them, stress out about having to plan so much especially when it comes to RV parks, you really don't have to plan that much ahead. Now, if there's a specific like RV park, resort style, or like national park type RV park during like the summertime busy times and stuff, then yeah, you probably should look ahead for those. But we don't stay at those places. We usually stay more out where it's a little bit cheaper, and we don't mind driving in, but it's really easy to find RV parks. I feel like even in the busy times, you just might have to go out further, and that's okay. Like I had one, I forgot to tell you, one from North Denver just called me back and said they had availability.
Really?
But I already booked somewhere else.
And we technically could cancel that one, but this one is going to be way
this
better.
One's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to show y'all where we're going to be going next. But we'll take you along as much as we can this week. It's just going to have to really depend on if we're able to film or not. I like showing y'all what we do, but at the same time, it's going to be kind of nice to like not have to worry about filming it. I feel like I can actually be there more present if I don't have to film or take B-roll or anything like that. If you've come to Colorado Springs before, let us know what you recommend. Even though by the time this video is out, we will be gone the next day. So
let us know.
Let us know. Well, we have walked a lot of steps today. I think from now on, I'm going to stop, like, maybe you should plan this stuff from now on.
I don't know.
We walked a
hike, that's for sure.
We walked a lot of steps today. We did Garden Gods first. That was awesome. It's free. Highly recommend it. I would recommend going to the visitor center first. The visitor center opens at 9. They have some cool exhibits there. They have like a theater. You can watch a movie there, but that does cost. The theater does. We didn't do that. Really cool gift shop and stuff, and really cool view of the Garden of the Gods. And then I would park across the street from the visitor center in the overflow, because if you don't, then you're going to be driving around trying to find a spot.
Quick.
Yeah, it did turn quick. If not, you'll be driving around quite a bit to find a spot. And for a dually, it's easier to just go in the overflow and then walk. And there's a shuttle that you can take. We took this one. How was your day today? Did you walk any of today? No, you did not. Well, you walked barely. I'll put how many steps we did. That is how many steps that when I was carried. Garden of the Gods was awesome. Obviously, we couldn't take any like video because there were signs that say like you can't do video for commercial use.
Turn left on East
And
County
I think
Boulevard.
since we're doing YouTube videos, that's considered commercial use. So Garden of the Gods has trails. They have biking trails, a lot of hiking trails, horse trails as well. And then we only stayed for a couple hours, kind of the main ones, and then walked back. Yeah, so I would do the visitor center first and then do the overflow and walk that way. Then we did the Seven Falls, which was awesome. It kind of reminded me of Rock City in Chattanooga. If you have never been to Rock City in Chattanooga, Tennessee, well, technically it's in Georgia, you need to go. It's awesome. It kind of reminded me of that. You walk up, well, first off, you have to park off-site for the Seven Falls. So don't even, like, if you put it in your map, don't even go to the Seven Falls site. You have to park off-site and they shuttle you in because there's no parking there whatsoever. Like, when you go there, you'll be like, I understand. So I'll put a link to the Seven Falls, and there's an address in the website that tells you where to go park. It's free. The shuttle's free. Dogs are welcome and stuff too. And then they will shuttle you in. It costs $20 a person to go, which was well worth it. I think total we spent maybe 4 hours, including the shuttle drive and wait, because we did have to wait a little bit for the shuttle. You walk through, everything's paved really well, the bottom and beginning part, and then you see these waterfalls that are just awesome, and you can climb up all these steps. I think the first one we did was like almost 300 steps, and I thought, from what I was reading, that the steps weren't going to be that bad and stuff, because I was like, oh yeah, we'll just take Kenai with us. Yeah. Chase was such a good sport. When I saw the steps and I looked up, I was like, oh my gosh. It is kind of steep, so I wouldn't bring dogs. I mean, you can. There's like one section you could take an elevator.
if you can't carry your dog, you're not going to be able to do the top
Turn
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had like a lab, German Shepherd, or something like that,
Yeah, it
even
would,
a blue heeler, or a corgi, no.
yeah, you got to have something
Yeah.
that small. But yeah, it was definitely. And then when we got there, the map, I'll take a picture of the map and I'll kind of show you. The map made it look like to what was called Inspiration Point, made it look flat
no
and
bridge.
easy. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a second. It looked like to Inspiration Point that it was pretty flat. It was not flat. It was at an incline. Beautiful views and well worth it, but it was definitely a hike. My phone said we climbed 34 floors. I really think it's more because if you remember our very first video and how I messed up on that hike, what we did seemed like way more than that one. So I need to get some sort of better app or something to kind of track because I'm pretty sure we did way more than that. But yeah, and then apparently I can't read maps very well either because I thought that there was a connection point from the Inspiration Point to this other, to this other gift shop. No, you have to go back down the mountain pretty much, and then you can either take this other flight of steps or an elevator. So that's what we took, the elevator, because by the time we were done, moral of the story is just don't have me plan anything for you because you'll either walk a lot of steps or have to go back down. But was it worth it?
It was well worth it. I would totally go.
Yeah, I would totally go back again for sure.
They do have a restaurant there too, which would be kind of fun. I think you got it reserved, it seemed like, but
yeah, but there was a restaurant at the Seven Falls. That was really cool. I would definitely. I honestly don't know what to expect a little bit because you see pictures on like Google reviews and stuff, and you're like, oh, okay. The landscape there at the falls was just very meticulous and very. It kind of reminded me of like if you go to like California Adventures, like Disneyland, you know, like the California side where the bear is, it has that like mountain berry pristine. It kind of had that vibe a little bit, but you pretty much go like up in the mountain and stuff. It's really cool. I think everyone should do it. You can do one of the like lookouts through using an elevator, and it is wheelchair accessible, so you know anyone can do it. Like the bottom part is, but like the steps and stuff to the main one, you have to take the steps. There's no other way. So yeah, and then you can do the Inspiration Point Trail and look out and see Colorado Springs. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to Pikes Peak. I don't know how much.
We're gonna be able to sit down the whole time with this train ride.
Yeah, that's gonna be very nice. That's gonna be very nice. I don't know if we're gonna be able to film. Yeah, Kenai's gonna stay home. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to film, but we will definitely do a review of what to do and what not to do. Because if you know us, we will definitely tell you what not to do tomorrow, especially if you know me.
Yeah.
So we just came from Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak, the actual top summit, 10 out of 10, recommend. I think everyone should go to Pikes Peak. It was awesome. Like, I think everyone should go. What did you think, Chase?
Oh, yeah.
Now, the train ride. It was awesome. I'm glad we did it, but I don't think we'll do it again. I think for what we spent, I actually, you'll be proud of me, y'all. I booked this in advance. And as in advance, I mean 2 days, which is pretty good for me. So we did the 8 o'clock one, and we did the reserved assigned seating, so that way we could make sure we sat next to each other. And for just the two of us, it cost, I think, like $155 for the two of us. And then, you can see Garden of Gods.
Yep.
Over there. We'll catch it. And then, there it is over there. Wow. Yeah, so we did the 8 o'clock one, which if you do the train and you drive a dually, I would recommend doing the 8 o'clock one so that way you can get a good parking spot. If not, it's going to be pretty tricky doing a dually. So you're only allowed to get there 30 minutes before the train leaves to park in their parking lot.
To park in their parking. There is incline parking. It's a little cheaper, but I don't recommend it.
It's going to be super tight. So if you drive something big and you want to do the train, I would highly encourage doing the 8 o'clock one. So that way you're guaranteed a parking spot. And we did get there a half hour before the train left, so we could get a good parking spot. The train was fun. The conductor, all that stuff, we got like history. We were able to see some of the old like cabins that used to be there and stuff, and cool history lesson. It took an hour and 10 minutes to get up there, which didn't feel like it was that long, honestly. But I don't know if I would do it again, because I drive up.
So much fun.
Yeah.
It would be so much
fun. It would be fun. And you only get 40 minutes at the top, which you think, oh, well, 40 minutes, but they have this awesome visitor center. So I went when I was in elementary school. The visitor center is completely different than when I was a kid. And they have a really cool, what do you call them? What was that room? Like room full of facts? Exhibits. Duh. And we kind of peeked in. I wanted to make sure we got outside, obviously, so we didn't really see or read any of the exhibits, which I was kind of a little bummed about. And then the donuts. The donuts were okay. I got there. I was like, my goal, because I was like, all right, we only have 40 minutes. I want to get the donuts, grab some coffee, do the gift shop, and then go outside. Well, I went straight for the donuts, and they only had the plain ones, and they did not taste fresh at all. They were okay. What do you think of the donuts?
They were okay.
They were okay. And then the couple that was across from us, she got cinnamon sugar, so I guess I was just too early and should have waited, but I wanted to make sure I got outside. So there's that. And then we walked around outside, but it went by super fast, and I feel like I didn't get time to like really enjoy it. So I would love to go again. Maybe not this trip, because we want to do some other stuff, but I would recommend going for sure. Drive up. Oh, and parking was 20 bucks. So we spent like 175 bucks, which I'm glad we still did it. It was a neat experience. I just want to do it again.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
And go to Cog Fly Shop.
Ooh. I guess I know where we're going before we leave. But yeah. So Pikes Peak, 10 out of 10. At the summit, would definitely go. I think I will put the link to it. I'll put the link to the railway if you decide to do. And I think if you drive up, you still have to reserve a spot now to like drive up there. But I would drive. So especially if you have a family, that's like really expensive. If you have a family and you do the geez. But
well, I mean, you never know unless you try. Had we had known it was going to be like that, then we wouldn't have done that probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we might have still done the train though.
We would have. Probably, maybe.
I know. I'm sorry we're giving y'all like mixed feelings about it.
I thought it was going to be a little bit different. I thought I wasn't going to be able to, but looking at the view from the Pikes, like what little bit of road we could see, I could have easily enjoyed it and driven slow and seen everything that I wanted to see. That's the reason why we did do the train, was because I wanted to be able to enjoy it as well, and not, be driving and looking at the same time.
Yeah, because you pretty much do all the driving. But that's okay. We learned. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I think the rest of the day obviously we didn't bring little man with us, but I think the rest of the day we're gonna chill at the camper. I'm gonna edit this video that you see, I will be editing. So, because it takes a little bit of time. But yeah, altitude wise, they didn't really affect me. I don't know, did the altitude really affect you?
A little bit, not too bad.
It was chilly. It felt really good actually up there. And the weather was perfect. Clear skies, blue, sunny. Yeah, it was perfect. Oh, show y'all what I got. So for our travels, since we don't really do like our souvenir, we just got, I'll put the link to it. We just got this adventure board from, I believe they're called RVer. I'll put a picture of ours. We just got it and we put our Sparks and Rec thing on it. So we could put stickers on it, and then if the time ever comes where we need a new camper or something like that, we can just take it off with us. So I'm really excited about it. And we started getting stickers. The stickers up at Pikes Peak, I wasn't a huge fan of, but that one was the only one that I actually kind of liked. And then ornaments. So we started collecting ornaments, I don't know when, maybe when we first got in the camper. But we try to get ornaments wherever we go. If I actually like them, I'm not gonna buy an ornament. I've passed on some because I'm like, I'm not feeling it. I don't wanna spend the money on them. But check that one out if you can see it. Sorry, it's a little bumpy. But yeah, so got that one. And actually the Cog Railway station had really cool stickers and ornaments. I mean, how cool is that? You can kind of see it. It's the railway, it's wood. Obviously I don't buy the glass ornaments. And then this cool sticker to go on our adventure board. So yeah, let us know if you buy souvenirs. That's kind of our souvenir to, I mean, obviously we take pictures, but let us know what you do. All right, so here's our adventure board. And then you can have them put your name on it or whatever you want. Adventures with Sparks and Rec. And then it's from Ribbit Company. So I'll put the link to it. Look at us. Look, I made that sticker. That's us. If you ever see us in the wild, they'll give you one. But yeah, so they have different designs. We got the tree, but they have mountains and a few other ones. You can get the board in white, and it's from on command strips, and it's been actually holding up pretty well. So we've been putting it to the test, and it's, you know, pretty thick. I don't know what kind of material they use, but it's pretty heavy duty. So I'll make sure to put the link on it below. But yeah, we kind of love this so far. Also, there is a Bryce Resort in Virginia, and of course we went. So, but yeah, that's our board. Hey buddy.
Bryce has been at it all day today, editing, doing a fantastic job.
And part yesterday.
And yep, and I have been relaxing all day today.
In bed.
Yes, in bed.
Watching Netflix. This is the first time you've changed out of your PJs.
Yes.
Because I made you put on a shirt and a hat.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a week staying at a campground?
Yes.
Since it's our first time.
I have enjoyed it a lot. I feel it helps push you a little bit, kind of gets you out there. Because when you stay at a place for a month, or you book a month, you can have a lot of relaxing days.
You can take veg days when you have a month. When you have a week, there's that weird pressure that you can't really take a veg day. The only reason that someone was able to take a veg day was because
I don't do editing.
Yeah, was because Chase doesn't do the editing. So that's why he was able to do a veg day. But I honestly, I don't mind staying a week at a place.
Yeah.
And I did not find this RV park until about 2 weeks before we came. So if you're starting out and you're feeling stressed about making sure you have like 6 months worth of RV parks, I try to have at least a month's worth of housing wherever that may be. So when we got to Crete, I didn't have anything after Crete because we didn't know what we were gonna do. So I really wasn't too worried. Now I did get a little stressed trying to find something north of Denver because it was just, I was getting a lot of no's, and so it did kind of stress me out, but we had to go more outskirts and we were able to find something. So I'm just letting you know, if you're starting off, you don't have to plan so far ahead because things may change, and that's okay. So I'm just saying that for whoever's out there and for myself, because I need that reminder, because I do get a little stressed sometimes, but somehow it always works out.
It does.
But it may not be the place that you want it to be, but there are places out there, you just have to look. But I hope that gives you all some idea. We do wing it a lot, like a lot. And there's only 2 things that we plan. One is our Crete spot, which we already reserved for next year.
Yes.
And 2, which we will do at the beginning of the year, is our fly fishing trips, Derek and Dallas. But we did another float trip with Dallas and another one with Derek. Last year, we did our very first float trip on the Rio Grande with Derek, and that, I think that really changed our perspective on fly fishing.
Yeah.
And we've absolutely loved it. So if you want to do fly fishing on the Rio Grande, I will put their information down below. Highly recommend both of them. They're both great people. You will have a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of fun. We always walk away feeling like best day ever.
Yes.
So
it is a great time.
It is a lot of fun. But anyway, next week, at the beginning of next week's video, I will give a review of this RV park, pros, cons, all that stuff in between. So yeah, if you have any questions about planning or RV life or anything that we have not covered, leave a comment below. We always and greatly appreciate it, especially if you made it this far, that you watched our videos, because it really means a lot.
Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. We really enjoy doing this. I know Bryce is the one that's doing all the filming for the most part, editing and all that good stuff, but we really have enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
We want to try to reach as many people as we can.
And this is going to sound very cheesy, but that's one of the reasons why we ask you to subscribe, is because we want to be able to help as many people, because it reaches more, our videos will reach more people. And we want to be able to help those who want to do RV life that maybe don't want to work remotely or want something different within the RV life. And we want to be able to help as many of those as possible, because there was nothing like that for us when we started. And so we want to be able to share our story, what we've done, things that we would do differently, and things that we've learned. So that's why we ask you to like and subscribe. That's pretty much it. So, but we appreciate every single one of you that watches our videos. It seriously means the world to us, especially with how long these videos take. And then I hear your lovely comments. It just really makes my day. It makes me want to make more videos for y'all. So anyway, we will see you all next week. Yeah, bye y'all.
Maybe in a different state, maybe not.